superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero? Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
And I do believe I am live right now. However, we are doing something a little differently this time. We are going to be discussing quickly the playoff situation. Before we get into this first place match, what will determine actually who is going to be first place, I want to take an overall look at the situation that is the entire Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference for the Overwatch 2 game that is specifically. So switching over, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Oop, that was the wrong button to do, but there we go. And we are going to be looking at the leaderboard as is. As we can see, we have two different versions of it. We have the current leaderboard, which, although is pretty filled out and kind of representative of what the games are right now, or what the teams are right now. Not all games have been recorded. So currently in first, we do have Mount leading the pack, and we do have Sacred Heart University at the bottom, but it's kind of interesting to see the current situation that is going on. We have Ryder, Niagara, and Iona occupying those middle spots, and the top four Titans are currently comprised of Mount, Manhattan, Marist, and Quinnipiac. As we can see, we've been talking about those four teams throughout all the streams here on the channel so far, and they still maintain those top spots, both in the current and even going into my predictions, which we'll talk about shortly. After looking further down into the current standings, we do have Siena, Fairfield, Canisius, and Sacred Heart University holding those bottom spot right now. But let's just remember, not all games are recorded right now, and we do have a couple games left. We are close to the end of the we are close to playoffs, but we are not there just yet. These teams need to complete a total of 20 games, and I think the most representative for that, I do believe Rider University has played almost all their games except for one extra one. So each team has to catch up on the reschedules and approximately 3 to 4 remaining games for the season to be 100% done. And with that said, we went and compiled, looked at the schedules, looked at everyone's current record, look at how teams have been performing, and our current prediction is going to be just that. We are going to be seeing potentially, I'm going to say potentially, Marist at the top with a 19-1 record. However, today's game will help make, will actually 100% determine who will be taking hold of that first place spot. So although I have Marist right there at the top right now, Mount St. Mary's definitely has a shot at doing so. However, Marist has only lost to Quinnipiac in a tight 5-game series so far, and previously beating Mount, so that's why Marist is going to get the upper hand in this prediction right now. But looking at the whole, after all has been said and done, looking forward to the rest of these games, we do believe that the overall ranks are going to come out to be Marist, Mount, Quinny, Manhattan, Niagara, Iona, Ryder, Siena, Fairfield, Canisius, and Sacred Heart University in that order. One of the important things going into this playoff series right now is the fact that every team that is not in the top 4 will be having, actually top 5 will be having a play-in game. So these bottom 6 through 11 do need to have an extra play-in game. And although some of these teams are definitely confident enough to win their play-in games, they're not out of it just yet. Anything can happen in the end of the playoffs. Some teams, such as, like, say, Iona, Ryder, or even Siena, could get upset, and then suddenly we see Sacred Heart, Canisius, or Fairfield into the quarterfinals. It would be quite a miracle, but it is going to be interesting to see. Right now, we do have Ryder University at 9 and 11, but they are with one of the most growth, like, we've seen in a team. They are very close to tying for that 10-10 like record, and that battle for 5th is going to be even tighter than normal. It is kind of insane, but due to the like remaining games that they have, the prediction is not going their way. But Ryder has shown so many glimpses of being able to take the fights that we do not expect them to do. So they have 5 games remaining, and we are interested in seeing what they can do. They definitely aren't 100% guaranteed that 9 and 11, but like what they will do is up to them, and we are looking forward to see it. We're going to touch closer on them because of like how close it is, but the main reason why we're going to talk about Rider University going forward is looking at how the bracket is set up. I did say everybody does get a play in, but Rider getting the best, not even getting the best just yet, having their best showing against Manhattan, being the 4th place team. Rider is really struggling, is really pushing to be that 5th place seed, because that will be their best opportunity in order to make it to semis, which semis is very important for a lot of these teams, because this is what's going to bring them to LAN. Both play-ins and quarterfinals will be played online, sadly, and only semis and finals will be in person. So Rider University, trying to avoid play-ins really hard right now, is trying to make that push, but they do have a bit of a way to go. But that battle for 5th is very strong right now. If we take a look at the 3 teams within that 5th spot, we do see Niagara, Iona, and Rider all fighting for it right now. Currently, from left to right, we do see Niagara and Iona taking the higher seeds right now, because on screen we could see their records against each respective team. It is a triangle fight. It's very interesting, and Niagara is the team that is leading the pack. However, even though Rider, like, it's kind of interesting just to see Niagara's growth as well. I don't mean to like overshadow them. They came from being known as a bottom place team to like being 5th place as well. Rider is doing that from last year as well. They were like a 2nd to last, maybe 3rd to last for the past like year or two, and suddenly they're looking for 5th. But the difference between these 2 teams is the fact that Rider University has been able to put a little dent into the Titans being the top 4 teams, as we have discussed before. But yes, this battle for 5th is very harsh right now. Niagara University taking the overall win within these 3. So should there be a 3-way tie with 10-10 records, Niagara will take that 5th place spot. Iona will take that 6th place spot, and Rider will sadly have to settle for that 7th spot. But Rider is not out of this yet, and neither is Niagara. Going back to these records, these teams are not 100% guaranteed these predicted records. Niagara can pull something out, and I believe they have like a game against a Titan as well. Whether or not they win is up to them, but if everything goes according to like how we look at these teams, how they have been playing, and how the other teams have been playing, yes, these records probably are what we're gonna see. But yes, that 3-way tie for 5th is going to be interesting, but at the end of the day, it will go Niagara, Iona, Rider, and that is going to be sad for that. But Rider, let's take a look at them real quick. They really have had a lot of growth. They really have had a lot of fight in them, but they really want to push. They have these 5 teams remaining to go, and this is going to be their hardest like push yet. Due to the predictions that we have going and we analyze these teams, we do think that Rider University will get the better of Sacred Heart University and Siena, like 100%. That is our current prediction, and this is what's going to push them to that 9 and 11 record that we do see. But they are going up against 3 different Titans: Quinnipiac, Mount Manhattan, and Mount Esports. So far, Rider has struggled against Quinnipiac, but it's so hard. This fight against the Titans. Now, we don't see the other Titan involved into this group, that being Marist, because Marist has already taken him out 3-0s. Congratulations, Marist. You don't have to worry about Rider. But right now, Rider University has these 3 teams left if they really want to push for that 5th place spot. And in order for them to like win, they really need to take the attack onto the Titans and win these games. On screen now we have the records against the previous in their previous games against these Titans. Quinnipiac taking it handedly with a 3-0 against Rider. Mount actually giving up a point. I do believe, if I remember correctly, this was off screen or off stream. I do believe it was on Route 66 that Ryder was able to best Mount, running with a lot of momentum and just trying their best to get back where they needed to. Ultimately, Mount does win, does not get pushed him out game 5. Whereas Manhattan over here, most recent, I'm pretty sure that stream was less than a week ago, maybe even a week ago, but we did see Ryder push Manhattan to the edge, bringing it to a map 5, but ultimately losing. But we do know that Ryder University, if there's any team that can fight the Titans right now, it is going to be these guys. They have taken maps. They can do it. No flame at Iona or Niagara right now, but although they are strong enough to maintain that middle spot, they haven't been able to punch above their weight class yet. Same way Ryder has. Ryder has rallied the troops behind. Cork has actually rallied his troops behind him and has led these teams to victories that we wouldn't expect just yet. They haven't fully succeeded. They haven't won the war, but they definitely are still pushing. So I am really looking forward to Ryder University trying to take this 5th place spot. They just need minimum, I believe, 2 wins against out of these 3 teams. I do not believe it will come against Quinnipiac, but Mount St. Mary's and Manhattan definitely are fights that they could win against. But yes, going back to the overall predictions, like we said, these are not set in stone, but I am so excited for this playoff season coming up because these teams are all so good. They're doing amazing, and it's great to see so much competition. Although at the bottom end we don't see a lot of movement, it is really stagnant for the bottom 4. That middle 7 is insane. Instead of the game being locked to like the top 3 teams having the best chance, we have a potential top 7 teams actually being able to push to the finals and take this season. It's quite amazing. But I guess let's cut it there for now. We're going to get back. When we come back from the quick break, we are going to be seeing the battle for that 1st place. Will the prediction of Marist University over Mount in this season hold true? That is up for these 2 teams to decide in the coming up game. So when we return, we'll get to see Mount Esports versus Marist College. Please stay tuned.
Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start looking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a scotch bunny. Don't try studying me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat. You'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn. And I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted. Can't copy, printed. Can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence. So consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap and I'll be spitting this. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Find me in the corner of the room, not ready to resume. 'Cause like I'm taking, don't wanna be alone, but I'm not in the zone. I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody.
I do believe we are live, coming at you live right now with Mountain Esports versus Marist College. You know, I kind of always get confused because I'm like looking at the screen. It says MSMU Esports. Sometimes I say Mount St. Mary, sometimes I say Mount. Now I'm saying Esports involved. But either way, battle for first today. We just discussed previously before cutting to break that there are certain teams that are fighting for certain positions on that leaderboard going into playoffs. And right now, the battle for first is being played today, that being between, once again, Mount and Maris. But enough about that. Let me transition our streamers in, our casters in, as I am not alone as usual. I am actually joined by some lovely fellow, this time the tank player for Manhattan, lovely January. Introduce yourself, January.
Hello, I'm a tank player from Manhattan, as Rangers said. I play Overwatch. I coach. Yeah, I have a decent knowledge about the game, so I'm hoping to provide some insight and help Ranger commentate.
Help me indeed, lead me to victory. I'll be your support. I'll carry me, please. As even though I
Yeah.
used to be a tank player myself, when 6v6 comes back, we'll play together. I'll be your diva.
Yeah, but
But
have
yeah,
fun.
Anyway, as I briefly mentioned, January, how do you feel that this game going into playoffs or going at least for the seeding, this game is important for these two teams as it kind of determines who is most likely to get first moving forward.
Yeah. Well, they had their game much earlier on, and Marist won that one, I believe. But I believe that MSM has been working really hard. They've been getting coaching, I've heard, and I think that they've had enough time to get on Marist's level, and I think that they're going to provide a significant challenge for them today with that coaching and that effort from their part.
I do agree. Given time, we always will see change, especially not with just the teams themselves. The meta does like to shift, as Blizzard does like to balance things. I was talking to Dax previously, especially I think on the previous stream, as he did join us for that. He was mentioning how he feels like it is a Mauga meta and teams that he thinks will dominate, not necessarily these two teams, but like he thinks Quinnipiac has what it takes to take it all. But it is due to that ever-changing meta. So like how these two teams will go at each other with the current meta as is kind of interesting because I do not see these two teams as Mauga players. Are they able to pull it out? Absolutely. Have they done it commonly? I don't think so. But yeah. This game, I do believe, will start eventually. I think we're just seeing a goofy 1v1 between the teams. A little having a little fun beforehand, show some sportsmanship, Nothing crazy, no hate here. Welcome to the MAAC. Have you ever been dragged into one of these situations in January? You 1v1 a team before the match?
Usually I'm the one who sets it up,
Oh,
but
so no fun
not
with
in the MAAC I
January.
have it, but
Understand.
back when I would play on my own teams, yeah, we used to use this for warm-ups. We would just put all five of us in this when we had time pressure. Ideally, we'd like to get on like an hour or 30 minutes before the scrim time or game time, but worst case, everyone gets on 10 minutes before, pop in a TXEXX, pray for the best.
The fact that you know the code by heart is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Let me bring us into
It's a
showing
common
the.
code.
Let me show the
It's a common
screen for the
code.
meantime while these players duke it out and while we talk about this. We do have Rogue 6 going up against Nips, and the blade is gonna come out. All right, but Nips is just gonna deny it with the trance. But this is not the actual gameplay just yet. So, but yeah, anything you want to discuss about these teams as I guess they wait for certain players or coaches to come in?
Yeah, I believe that their strategies are very different. So from what I know, Marist's general strategy is to set up their hit scan Maddie and to essentially just protect them, like playing a game of Protect the President. And on the side of Mount, from what I can see, their general approach seems to be to just run it down, play aggressive, try and like use Uriel's tempo to like roll teams down really fast. And I think both approaches work really well. Marist also known for playing very fast and out mechanicking their opponents. So it'll be interesting to see who wins that brawl.
I am looking forward to seeing that brawl, but what these teams have to offer, I'm actually, as much as I have recently seen some more play from Marist, I actually am blanking in terms of like what Dax has to bring for that tank lineup. I do know Zerial very fondly for that Junker Queen, that Zarya, and being able to pull out, say, like Ram and even Mauga if he needs to. But like, mainly that Zarya and Junker Queen is what I'm expecting to see, but maybe up against Marist it might be different. If I see a D.Va, I'll know something's wrong.
Yes, I believe Zero has the bigger hero pool in that sense. But Dax, from what I know, he's known for his Ramatra, but I believe that he can play a bunch of other stuff. So I know that he's also been getting coaching from traders. So we'll see if maybe traders taught him how to play Zarya or whatnot. See if he brings that out.
Hopefully. Traders was the tank player last year, right?
Yes.
It's kind of interesting. I've seen traders for previous years. I did play during my time. I was up against traders, but they did have a tank lineup that consisted of the captain, Taze, and I forget who their secondary tank was. I'm pretty sure traders was a DPS back then. Stepping into this tank position once Overwatch 2 comes out is kind of interesting. And then a year later, stepping back to DPS position. He's kind of flip-flopping. And he has to complete the cycle, though. Go support next year if he's still around. I'm not sure about that one, though.
Yeah, I believe he graduated. But
No!
that's really, yeah. That's funny to know that he was a DPS player at one point. I had no idea.
I believe so. I'm trying to remember. All I remember, and this is no shade to the rest of Marist, was that leadership of Taze as the tank player. So who that secondary tank was back in the Overwatch 1 days, it's kind of a blur now that there is only one tank in this game. Very blur.
Yeah.
Wish I can go back to my Ryan Zarya or my Diva Ryan compositions with Rider University, but let's stop reminiscing about the past. I'm old, that's all you need to know. This 1v1 is almost done, as I do believe Nips is in the lead. Looking for that final kill, as Rogue 6 is going to be coming up here with the Kiriko, but he's not going to be enough. Immediately going to get antied and taken out, and Nips wins. Quite interesting. I was not really tuned in, did not even realize how far Nips was ahead in this little situation, but yeah. Bringing us back. I know it was a play of the game, but it's a 1v1. It's not really that much. So hopefully this game is going to start relatively soon. Are we getting in there? No, they're just restarting. Take us back, please. Ariel left the game. What is happening?
Looks like they're waiting to go back to lobby.
I think Zero left the whole lobby in general, and he was the leader. Interesting situation at hand. But yeah. I'm trying to think, because I thought we were going to get into this game sooner rather than later. But yeah. Always discussing about these two teams, or just in general, all the teams. We like to talk about everybody here at the stream for the most part. The Titans, as we like to call them, the top 4 teams, which includes your team, Manhattan. How confident are you guys going into playoffs?
Well, Manhattan's transitioned, in my opinion, from more of a serious team to a more for fun team. So we're not really scrimming as much as we used to or practicing in general at all. So we're kind of just riding it out, trying to have fun, do as best as we can do, and that's going to be about it.
I still gotta commend you though, because even though if you're saying you guys have become a for fun team, even with like your remaining schedule, we do believe like you are slotted probably for that 4th place slot. So still being able to hold on to that, especially with teams such as like Niagara, Iona, and especially currently Rider University trying to get up into those higher like seeds, like you guys are still holding it down. So good job there, even as a front team. You're like one of those people that you're like an artist that's just like, this is a sketch and it's like the most detailed drawing possible. Still doing good when you say you're not.
Yeah, well, I believe our team, like our success just comes from like individual talents, like mechanics. Team play wise, I think that we're a little bit weak. I don't think we're coordinated, but we have some decent individual players, and I think that helps us.
I gotta say, from my time watching you guys, Echo has always never fully let me down. I always say when that man got Blade, he's gonna get 3. Typically, it's true. Sometimes it's 2, but you know, at least he gets a lot of kills.
Yeah, he has that clutch factor. It helps.
But yeah, I think these teams are finally getting settled in, and we are going to be seeing the map selection of Antarctic Peninsula. No, not just yet. They just swapped the rules or swapped the game mode, so it defaults there. But these teams are getting in, and they are setting up real shortly, so we'll be getting in soon. But yeah, top 3 teams once again consisting of Mount Marist and Quinnipiac. We talked about Manhattan just now, but how do you feel about Quinnipiac? Like, I personally think that they have a lot going for them. They're a lot less organized in the sense that I don't feel like they're a rush brawl type team. They're more of a chaotic run around, utilize ball, maybe Malga, get in there, create chaos, and thrive in that type of situation. type of team, and I think that is what's gonna allow them to find success, especially against the lower end teams. But it's what's probably dragging them down a little bit against like Mount and Marist because they are probably getting punished by these teams. Is that how you feel about them, or like what are your thoughts about Quinny?
Yeah, I think Quinny's strength is for sure their rush compositions, like their Amatra, their Junker Queens, and so on. Um, I think that that can be really overwhelming, especially for like more inexperienced teams, just to have like 5 people running at you at once. And if teams don't know how to deal with it, then they can be very, very difficult. It's hard too, because it's kind of a skill check. If you have 5 people in your face and you miss your shots, there's no kind of like way to like outplay that, you know? There's only so much you can do. So I think that a lot of teams can get overwhelmed very easily. And that's proven to help them out a lot.
Indeed, it has, especially I've I think from the few games I've watched of Quinny, it kind of has shown very well against like teams like Niagara and Ryder specifically. But I think recently I saw them go up against Mount, and that was a bit of a more struggle fest. But that was probably due to the more coordinated nature that Mount brings. But yeah, we're gonna see how that coordination from Mount fares against Marist today. As we have said early on in the season, Mount did fall against Marist, but that was early on. Times have changed, and I do believe we are going to be going to Lijiang Tower shortly. Hopefully. But yeah. This is a long lead up to this game right now. They did a whole 1v1 beforehand.
Do you have any comp predictions?
No, I've been looking at so many other teams at this point in time. I'm fading as of to like what I will see, other than Matty OW on like a good hit scan, possibly an Ash, maybe
That goes
Sojourn.
without saying.
That goes without saying. Zerial, I already mentioned his tanks. Dax is a little out there for me. So yeah, these teams, as much as like I have seen them before, it's gonna be new to me.
No.
I will hope for the more brawl rush heavy from Marist, and no, more of the brawl from Marist and more of a rush from Mount. That's more of what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
We do see a lot of substitutions ready for Marist, but wonder if they'll ever get to play at this point in time. Are they actually, brothers? We have gone through like 16 games so far. We should know the rules by now.
This guy pulled out rule 2.142.
Jesus Christ. 2.14.2.4.2. What is happening? Oh no, that wild rule 2.1.4.3.8 says ban doorknob. No, don't ban doorknob. But yeah. Anyway, Lijiang Tower, we are going to the night variant of this map hopefully shortly. Is Maddie
Maddie hitting a
OW?
quick plug.
It's a good thing we are not seeing that right now, but use code Maddie to get something off at some website. We won't say what it is. We'll let that slide for now. But yeah, Maddie OW has to make his money somehow, apparently. As we do get into Lijiang Tower Gardens being the first map.
Can't wait to see if any team is going to opt for the dive here, or if they're going to stick to their standard comfort picks. I guess we'll see. Amaga.
The Malga from Zerial.
Teams are doing pro meta.
Forgot about the one thing is the fact that perks are going to be enabled for this, I think. Let me double check.
Yes, perks are enabled.
Double check. Yes. Kind of an interesting situation. Forgot. We haven't really been discussing much of that on previous streams. They just happen for the most part. But perks are enabling certain heroes to be played a lot more than we typically would see. I think Malga is one of those being enabled, especially by that double, like, character presence on point just by existing is kind of a little goofy to me. But Immediately, these two teams are going to be taking opposite ends of the map. Marist opting in for that white room wall. Now be taking that normal. Don't know what to call that
Rushing
exactly,
in.
but pause is immediately going to come through for some reason. Don't know what is happening. Be interesting. What happened? High 75.
I think Dax just got saved. I think he just committed suicide.
What?
Just pinned into the middle of their whole team.
He is standing in the middle of their whole team, but what
I
went
mean,
wrong with the settings?
yeah.
Did they have like if you what is it like open queue health pools for characters?
Yeah.
Oh no, happens to me too. All right, hopefully this time the tank HP is going to be good as we are going to be getting back into oh perfect, not even a map change. No, bro. Now we have a higher chance of a map change. How dare they? What is happening? NA host.
That first fight revealed quite a bit, I think. It's going to show that Marist is going to do their usual stuff with playing very, very aggressive and trying to steamroll their enemies. We're going to be able to see if MSM can punish that, whether they can make it a mistake or if it's an actual correct plan. That's up to MSM's decisions. See if they can counter it and punish it.
Hopefully they can, but we are going to be getting a map change this time around. Hopefully HP pools are correct. We will be looking at the tanks immediately to make sure they have the proper health pool. What is Malga's HP supposed to be? 725, not 575. Interesting situation. And missing a whole, what is it, 150 HP? Kind of harsh. But, you know, if both tanks were it, run it down. Come on. Just die real quick, each tank. Leave it to the DPS to win. But we are seeing what the major difference for these teams are going to be Mario W on the Sojourn, where Sammy is opting in for that Torbjorn. Both teams taking it to this high ground, the server area immediately, but Dax is immediately chunked out, going down to 200 HP and immediately having to fall back. Daryl not even budging. Standing up here and keeping it pulled down. Mario W is getting beamed, and he's immediately going to get challenged, but he's not going to go down just yet. Not until 2 seconds later. Where's that? Zerial going to be running it down and beaming him right now. Once again, this challenge for this middle ground, it kind of looks weird. We do see people running around, like the supports for the side of Marist, and Dax is just standing there taking as much damage as he can, but nobody's looking at the supports for some reason, and both of them make it out for Marist right now. But right now, Mount is in control, and immediately respecting that, Daryl backs up and runs back to his team. In turn, let go of the point for a hot second for some reason. I am confused about this. Mad respect, I guess, but kind of an interesting situation. Daryl sees it. Ooh, Matty W is actually going to get that pick real quick. I'm going to call him BTG because, like, we've been here before. We don't know what to shorthand his name.
I can take a few guesses.
I'm just gonna say BTG. It's simple, it's fast. Not even that fast, but it's simpler than his full name. No Flame. But yeah. Torbjorn, an interesting, not overall an interesting pick, but the fact that Face Mist is looking to run down the Tracer into it is the interesting part. The cage from Alga is going to come out from the side of Daryl. Dax is not there just yet, but I think he is going to melt very quickly. Nips is actually going to get most of these kills for some reason. Man's got no chill. He's going to pick them all up, but he does fall eventually. Cups trying to hit their best to try to hold down this point, but it's not going to be enough. Eventually. And now Mount in control, 50% and counting. 17% over for the side of Marist right now. They are looking to regroup and try to take this fight. This time, Dax is going to be the one with the ultimate, but Matty OW with his online. I gotta leave out the OW part, but Matty with his online ready to go. He's looking to just push into the back line. They're rushing in. They bet a kill onto BTG, and immediately Matty OW is going to, that's the OW part again. He's going to be opening with the ultimate, and counter from Mount is going to be the Juno ultimate. But it's not going to be enough when 2 railgun shots find the head of your support. It doesn't matter. But now he is the next target. Daryl looking for more. He's not going to be finding anything just yet. But he is being a little disruptive, scaring a good amount of Marist to the point where they have to pull back for him, but he is also going to charge his way out of there. Right now, ooh, Dax is going. Oh my god, Dax got melted. I thought he was okay with that angle, but he just walks out and dies. And this is basically going to go over for free for Mount. And this is going to be last fight territory. Marist kind of needs to do something. They have about 10 seconds remaining, but this turret, this big beefy Samoan man, Zerial, is just not letting anything happen right now. Face Mist does have that bomb. Will he be able to find any kind of pick? He is going to go in, he is going to get the stick, and he is not going to get the kill as the Kiriko, not the ultimate, but the Kiriko skill is going to come out and keep him alive. Dax is taking way too much damage to sustain in this fight. 2 down for the side of Marist. Make it 3. They are looking for more right now. Zerial's so low, but it doesn't matter. Cups is once again going to be trying to get in there to sustain this point, but it doesn't matter. Mount St. Mary's take first point.
Setting the tempo. This is going to be a major battle for adaptation for Marist, I feel like. If they can adapt to Mount and they can take less damage while still like applying gradual pressure, I think that they're going to win this game. But if they don't figure that out within the course of the game, it's going to be a very tough one for them.
I'm not quite I'm not quite sure exactly where the majority of like the burst damage is coming in from the side of Mount, because like in terms of like compositional wise, it's not that different from what Marist has, but Zerial is living, Dax is dying. How is this happening? That is my question. I gotta see exactly where all the damage is coming. Is it just a better like focus situation from Mount? Is it just no good heals? But Maddie getting that kill onto BTG. So maybe Marist has a good opening here right now. Face Mist going in immediately, rushing for that kill. Sammy has no chance of living. And finally, Zerial is going to be... he's sustaining for quite some time, but it's not going to be enough. Zerial is going to be the one that's dying first. Marist is going to be taking this point.
Face Mist doing a great job of getting set up. So his team is ready to push in almost immediately, whereas MSM takes much longer to get a chance to push in.
Dax just kind of out there taking a lot of damage for free. I know he can charge right back to his team, and they do have the position to keep this man safe, but he is not going to stay safe long enough. Dax probably begging for his team to heal him at this point in time, and he is going to fall. So right now, Marist either needs to get out, or they need to try to do as much damage as they possibly can while maintaining this point. But they are going to turn it over, so their best bet should be just get out of here as fast as you possibly can. But Zerial almost falls, but he knows how to play his life, and it doesn't matter. BTG does it when a railgun once again finds the shot it needs. The rally is going to come out, and right now, Maddie has that railgun ready to go, but I don't think he needs it just yet, as Sammy is going to be the next target, and he is going to go down right now, finding those last stragglers just to get this point back over. They do not give up the lead, and once again, Marist is taking this point 30% and counting, and only giving up 22%. Cages are going to be coming out from the side of Mount, but Juno Ultimate is going to be sustaining this fight. This ends now, says Maddie, and he is going to be looking to get some kills, but Zerial is not going to let that happen. He's going to charge in and immediately blast Maddie down, charging through, looking for his support, runs them over, and bops the final one. Thunder Kit being the last kill. 57% for the side of Marist, and closing.
MSM winning the ult trade and now being much farther up on their ult economy. It's going to be a difficult one for Marist to retake this.
2 ultimates down for the side of Marist, but I think actually, well, Thunder Kit burned his in the previous fight before that one, but for this most recent fight, oh, Dax getting the kill onto BTG, not expected for Mount. The cage is going to come down to try to deny healing, but it doesn't matter. When you put yourself in a cage with a Torbjorn ultimate, it's not going to help you whatsoever. Sammy with that big ultimate value, and it is going to be Mount right now running over all of Marist as they proceed to try to take this point, and they take the lead. Currently 60% and counting. Marist has potentially 1 to 2 points left, but it depends how fast they take this.
Area denial.
Maddie just trying to look to get in there, but he can't just yet. The rally is going to keep coming in from Thunderkit, looking to do as much as he can. Just popping the shield, looking for the damage, but the MAAC cage is going to be coming down onto top of him. Not going to be letting him go anywhere he wants to go, and BTG is going to be the one that's finding the kills. The railgun shots that Maddie was supposed to find earlier in this game are going over to this side of Mount right now, and they get the kills. But the point does get turned over briefly, which buys Marist a little more time to get back in this fight. 11 seconds remain, and they definitely are able to get there, but whether or not Mount will let them, it's up to them.
Zerial did a great job there of kiting out the ults and making sure he's taking as little damage as possible while holding corners very aggressively. Now he's on the flank, going for a big play, and it's going to work.
Running over the back line of Marist, as they did rush over to point to try to save this point in general. They have to look at main in order to keep themselves alive, but it doesn't matter when a big, beefy man known as Zerial is going to be coming into your backline and shutting that all down. But overall, shutting this down, Mount St. Mary's shuts down this entire map for Marist, not even giving up 1 point. But at this point in time, what is Marist supposed to do to come back in this series? This is looking definitively like Mount is going to take this, but you know, we still have 2 maps minimum. And I'm kind of excited to see what's to come. Why is the map restarting?
Initiating map.
Certainly anyone's game.
Certainly anyone's game, but also certainly an NA lobby maker, somebody.
Yes.
But yeah, kind of interesting. Most of these compositions are the same, but I'm I'm not quite sure exactly how much value that Torbjorn is getting. But like, other than that ultimate to counter Dax's ultimate, it was really well done there. But I haven't necessarily been watching him. How much of an impact is this Torbjorn having? Do you know?
The Torbjorn itself is a very smart pick because it allows them to apply more pressure on the Maga. That's where they're getting all that extra damage from. But Marist is compensating. They're making the argument that, but our Tracer's damage in their backline is enough of a pressure, enough of a distraction, that that's worth the less damage. But Dax is being fried, whereas Zerial isn't, so that Torbjorn is providing a significant advantage in that regard.
Face Mist opting in for the Tracer, and then eventually the Echo. Is there? I wonder if there's any other heroes he could pull out to try to support this team right now. Maybe pull out the Torbjorn on his own, but like, I'm not sure if Marist is a team that uses Torb. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But we will
If
see.
either Maddie or Face Mist pulls out the Torb, that would be quite the sight to see.
I can't imagine the hit scan god known as Maddie pulling out the Torb.
I would love to see it.
I want to see it.
Best Torb aim in the world.
I forgot that.
Not only does his turret have aimbot.
But so does Maddie.
Yes. Although Maddie was hitting some very nice rails, I have to say.
Yeah, the few times I did watch him, watching his like clean tracking and his ability to hit rails is pretty good. But getting the better of BTG overall throughout the entire game is what I saw from Maddie. But in that one fight where BTG just popped his ultimate, immediately just got like, I think 3 kills, one being onto Maddie as well. It's just the impact that BTG had was good. Maddie getting the rails where it was needed, but Zerial having so much support to keep himself there. Like, you might have gotten one of my players, but he's like the value of 2. So at the end of the day, currently raid boss Zerial, take him down, and Marist is probably easy win. But taking him down is not the hard part right now. Dax, on the other hand, that has proven to be the easy part for Mount. But like you said, I think it's a lot to do with that Torbjorn being able to right click his way in there, just blast Dax, leaving him at 200 HP for way too long, so uncomfortable. He either has to back out or he die, and most of the times it's just being elected that he does die. But that's also thanks to Mount choosing that. So yeah.
MSM not knowing the rules of the map banning phase.
Mount has the most games on record this season so far, like locked in. Like I'm pretty sure they have played 16 games. They should know this. You don't pick, you ban the map from that type. I'm so confused with these teams. I'm never fully sure about the rules myself, but I've never seen it this hectic in terms of teams not knowing what to do. But yeah. Um kind of interested. We do have three players technically on standby for the side of Marist. Do you think we're gonna see any substitutions by chance? Maybe Doorknob in for somebody, specifically a support player, I guess. But I don't know where to make changes just yet. I don't know if it's not necessarily the supports, it's the damage coming in from Mount that is the problem. So like changing a support isn't necessary. That's just me being a bronze take right now.
I don't believe it's the players that's the issue. I believe it's their coordination and their ult usage, honestly, and their general strategy making. Marist is, I believe, relying too heavily on individual talent rather than coordinated playmaking and ult planning. I think that MSM is clearly showing lots of more intention in their usage. If Marist can get a hold of their ults and a hold of their fight planning, I think that it's going to prove to be very, very difficult for MSM to adapt.
Sometimes certain maps are just not your map. So maybe that was a Marist maps. Hopefully we finally get into a map. I don't know what is happening. Rule 1.2.3 play Overwatch. What is this? For top two teams, this is the most scuffed setup of a lobby I've ever seen. Gotta respect it.
Oh yeah.
It's it's enjoyable to see these teams be friendly with each other and stuff. But I do think we are going to be going to Watchpoint Gibraltar finally. Oh my god.
Rule 456. Drop in the chat. Gibraltar's going to be a very interesting map to see. Can't wait to see if they're going to go headstrong, lock the Maga, or not do that.
A more
Guess we'll find out.
dive-centric map, but are we going to see the rush composition
Yeah.
still? I mean, we've seen teams run it before.
Yeah.
Notably, Ryder has always crazy guys to run Junker Queen no matter what map it is.
Yeah.
Mount opting in for attack this time, so they do have to change things around.
Yep.
Interesting. Give me a sec now. I actually have to change one thing. Boop, 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 boop. Interact. Flip. There we go. As we finally are going to be locking Watchpoint Gibraltar. I never saw this map called, but you know, we'll take it. Being one of the least played maps in this entire league in my time here, I do believe. I've only seen it played once, but then again, there have been so many games, but I don't think it's a common choice.
Yeah. I think the reason for that is as everyone knows, Watchpoint is a very dive-centric map, and it doesn't seem like any of the teams in the MAAC are really comfortable with playing dive, from what I've seen. At least not as their first option.
I do hear on the back end of my camera, Winton. He is going to be making an appearance. Being the dive on the defense first, whereas Mount on the attack, not going to be opting in for the dive. Interesting. Bringing out the Zarya that we know is Aerial for.
Yeah. Someone's going to be making use of that right-click perk. People say Zarya's a rush tank.
Oh,
Zerial disagrees.
I forgot about that perk because of the boop now.
Interesting to see how it plays out. And against the Winston too. This is going to be quite a difficult matchup, but maybe his talent can overcome that.
Wonder how... Ooh, Addy just getting a quick peek onto Sammy, picking up that kill real quick. Not even giving him a chance to peek. Headshot gone.
And
Right now looking for more. Maddie looking for the backline. Burning Zackerman. Or Zach Hammer. And why
This is
are we
called-
going to see a pause? HP again? No.
Wow.
What do you mean? I'm so confused. Wait. How did you disable health
did
pack? How did we disable health packs? I'm honestly,
not that it was
I'm
nothing.
gonna let this chat play out. I'm so confused. How did we burn health packs? How did we? Let's see. Can we see that? Spawn health packs to save. My guys, what is happening? Or we realize we got I'm honestly gonna leave it on this screen. I'm kind of enjoying this. This is a little too goofy for my liking.
Yeah.
Maddie OW having some good openers. I find it a little unfair that now Mount's gonna have a second go at this.
Yeah. We'll see if Zerial goes headstrong, Lux Lazaria again, or if he thinks that contesting Maddie is the priority. Because Maddie's just going to be sitting on that high ground, completely uncontested by anyone. But hey, maybe he'll miss. That's the bet we're making.
It'd only be fair if they lock it back in the same way they did before. But who knows? We'll see. Kind of the most scuffed stream. I mean, the most scuffed I've had before in a stream. I think one team used the scrim code and they ran it down. I forget what game writer played against who with the scrim code, but you know, it's fine. They made it work. But this is just goofy. They figured out how to disable health packs. That's crazy.
This looks like the best team in the solar system.
Very interesting composition.
Tank
coming up on
HP
the
again! Tank HP again! 475 Winston! How do they do this? I'm so confused with these guys. I think I need to host the lobbies from now on.
I agree. So far, this game has been more in the lobby than out of the lobby. Love when games are like this.
All right. Wait. Did they not notice that they're now in Jokertown? Oh my god. I kind of don't blame them for that one because right now it's on Hollywood for some reason. It just swapped maps. But
Oh.
all right, for the YouTube video, cut out all of that. No, I'm just kidding. That's the funniest part about this whole stream.
Of course.
But yeah, finally, third time's the charm. Hopefully, we will see. We will look at tank HP briefly once these teams are able to lock in. Plus 10% damage boost incoming. This is worse than that one time. I do believe we had an incident one year where, and I don't mean to call out any team, so I don't think I will actually, out of respect. One team had like damage numbers boosted by like a couple percents just for their side. We're like, bro, what are you doing? So after like re-looking at that game, the teams elected to replay it after all was said and done. But like, how do you let that happen? The guy said like, I'm pretty sure he said it was like his previous scrim code and they were testing things, but like, how?
Yeah, don't ask me. Looks like it was 1v1 arena code they forgot to swap up. What do I know?
Fair enough. W is not going to be in the immediate position. Instead, Sammy is going to be electing off that bar, going the Genji. As we said, a little bit bummy, but you know, it is what it is at this point in time. Teams were different. Dex is going to be supporting Maddie, keeping him alive, making sure he does not die, protect the president. Maddie's looking for those kills. It's like that. It's like the first time we saw it, immediately going for the backline. Not getting contested this time. Sammy should be returning to the fight shortly, able to get these picks if he needs to, or put the pressure down. But we are not going to be seeing it just yet. Sammy going to be going in for this dive, but immediately going to get shut down. Watching his body fling against the wall is kind of goofy, but this fight is kind of stalling right here at the bridge. Marist able to hold just the cart, just barely pushing around that corner. Maddie OW doing a good job. I really have to cut out saying the OW part. Maddie doing a good job at holding the cart.
That's character. I think we gotta keep it at this point.
And Dax is doing a good job at keeping him alive.
Zerial finally swapping.
Oh, we're gonna see the legendary Hazard come out from the side of Zerial. I wonder how that's gonna play. Going
Great
into,
wall.
yeah, that wall cuts off Dax, but it does not enable him to die just yet. It does separate Maddie immediately, but not gonna be going anywhere. BTG now on that Sombra as well, looking off that, getting off the what's it called, the Ashe himself. Instead, going for this Hax. Zach Hammer is gonna be caught out here by Dex. So right now, Cart is just going to be pushing it as there is a Wild Hazard on the point. Face Mist is looking to help.
Wild Hazard is 1 HP and his team is gone.
And right now, Marist in control of this point. What looked like a definitive, ooh, right now, this little fight in the bot, or at the bottom of this little curve. Right now, Genji versus the Sombra. Who will win? Who has the team? Technically, his team, Marist should be here, but nobody is going to need to go down to help him just yet.
Basemix is very scared, deciding not to take the duel.
Hazard getting extremely low, getting antied and immediately shut down. He has to back up, but he has no way of getting out immediately. A Brig and a Genji are there to dash on top of you. They get that kill. Zerial not vamping, not having a good time. So much so, he is going to be swapping to the Roadhog.
Roadhog. To my knowledge, I believe Zerial plays Doomfist. I really wonder what's stopping him from picking the hero.
Probably because, like, him going in and getting punished is what the issue is right now. And the problem is, he doesn't have to go in. He needs to pull an enemy towards him and bring them in. That target being Maddie and immediately getting shut down. That ultimate nano for Dax is going to come out, and he's going to be looking to do some damage. Zerial back here alone. No health and a dream. That dream is to get out alive. But the problem is, Marist is not going to let that happen right now. Now is
Raid
going.
boss has been slain.
Right, raid boss down. Move in. Currently, the raid boss is Dax and Maddie. Dax does have his ultimate online. Hopefully, he does not get bursted down before he's able to use this, but he is actually doing a good job. And right now, this Sombra just being a nuisance, throwing up some damage. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this Sombra could sneak it if she just does not shoot. But I am curious if that will happen. Hook goes out and it's not going to find anybody just yet. Daryl's going to be looking for some desperation. 200 HP in a dream. Basemist with the blade, looking to do some damage. Instead, he's just looking to cut up this hog, giving out some good dinner. But right now, ain't nobody going to be falling just yet. Maddie is going to be actually finding the kills on the back end, as Dax is going to be ulting into the back line, helping out Maddie secure these kills. And Zerial is looking to be next. His ultimate is going to come out, but it doesn't matter. Round 1 is going to be complete. And Marist does not give up the point whatsoever.
Score.
There we go. Looks like dive was indeed the solution.
Switching sides.
Looks like the map pick was very calculated and very deliberate.
So apparently Marist is a dive team. We have learned this.
And apparently MSM is indeed not a dive team.
What do you mean? The Hazard was a good pick. For the moments.
For a good one fight.
A good one fight when he went up there, got a wall off. And that was it.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure. I mean, now that they're on the defense, I do believe we will see the Torbjorn, as I was about to say it right before it popped up. He can hunker down and, you know, not give up anything. But Face Mist and Maddie opting in for that range to try to shut him down real quick. So hopefully Marist has an easier time this map trying to break that Torbjorn defense. But we will see. once these doors open up.
How's it going?
We will see indeed. Serial opting for a quick spawn kill.
I'm glad that's impossible for me.
Only issue is that now Marist can quickly take the high ground while he's stuck on there. But let's see if they do it.
Almost everybody can take the high ground for the side of Marist except for Cups himself. Even that Brig, I do believe, with the dash could make it over. I don't know. I haven't done this dash in a long time. Throw back to when Brig was released and she can launch herself across the map. I don't know if you played Overwatch 1 like that.
Yeah, I've been playing Overwatch for quite some time, since Season 2. I do remember.
It was quite a fun time with the Brig.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Zeryl's going to be sleeping on the point, but this payload is not going to be going anywhere just yet. As Dax opting in for the D.Va gameplay. The dive is still going to be alive, but instead of a monkey, we are going to get a Korean pop star. Not even a pop star, gamer. With the Seraphim skins around the corner, the pop star part was almost true. My bad. Now I sound like a shill for Blizzard. I am not. I do not own any of those skins. This dive is going to be taken up to the high. Yeah, this dive is going to take the high ground. Maddie is going to get hooked up by Zeryl. But right now, Hog is looking to get very low. Hook does go out, but I don't think it finds anybody. That D.Va DM was going to protect them either way. But Dax right now, kind of out here. He got a kill, but now he has no mech. And my right click for the camera did not pull to him when he was dying, which was kind of interesting. But now, Zero Suit D.Va just pushing this payload, kind of doing it for free. Gonna place it in a decent position for Marist to retake. They have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to push this, only 18 meters left. Right now, Zeryl trying to be a menace to society up in this high ground right now, as all of Marist is up there. Actually, Dax now joins the party up there. Zeryl's trying to bring the party to them, or bring him. I don't know what the fuck to say. He is the party. He's trying to bring them closer to him. With this hook, it's going to go out, and it is going to miss. Dax is going to get that mech back, and we are going to see full force Marist look to try to take this point right now. Face Mist, Stoopy, Burning Day are going to be looking for this kill. I'm not sure if that ultimate tried to go on to Face Mist, but he is going to make it work. Looking for the kill. He gets the Torbjorn. Now he's looking for the supports. He gets 2. He gets almost 3. He's looking for the final kills. And what's remaining is Zeryl on point. Instead, he is going to have to run. He's just hiding. He's just like, he's skirting around the outside, just crouched, trying to do his best. But D.Va does have a bomb to deny any take onto this point. But right now, Zeryl is going to be finding the hook that he needs to enable this fight to open up. Dax has this bomb, but I don't think he needs to burn it just yet. All of Marist is starting to die real quick. Dax is being left alone on the point. Zero Suit D.Va, and no way of dying without this enemy team killing him. He does get staggered. 1 minute is going to remain on the board by the time he comes back. But that still is a minute to get it. Most likely by the time the cart starts moving back to get it. Probably pushing around like 8 meters, and that's all they need. Bomb and Echo ultimate online. But Sammy does have his. They can find the pick onto him. It would be good. Ooh,
Yes, it would.
the hook does miss. And I'm not sure. They're not going to be going for him just yet.
Juno ult is likely to be a very big game changer here. Maddie is propped up on the high ground. Let's see if he can do anything with it. The space advantage is very clear for Marist.
Right now the hook goes out and it does find Dax. I think this mech is going to be only used for mech refresh. But at this point, we're going to have 2 D.Vas on the side of Marist. The bombs are going to come out as the Juno ultimate does too. The Orbital
Hog is sleeping for that bomb.
That Hog does sleep and he does get caught out. Gets blown up by 1,000 damage. Nerf this, but no. Oh, almost nobody was on the point for Marist. But they do come back as there was nobody there to contest them. Marist takes map 2, and we are guaranteed a map 4 because of this. I am kind of interested to see what's going on.
Play of the game.
Yeah.
Both these teams kind of what seemed definitive for Mount the first map was very definitive for the side of Marist the second map. So now it's basically even. Is it really going to be map dependent on like what we see from these teams? Why does the map should And there's definitely something wrong in their settings. They just gotta fix it.
Yeah, so you're forgetting to back out to lobby.
That you don't even need to back out. The game's supposed to do it. So like, what did they turn off?
I gotta find out. They turn off health packs. They can turn off
They
anything.
can turn off.
It looks like it's gonna be rush map, dive map, rush map, dive map.
Oh. I'm kind of curious what's next. What is the next map usually? Push slash it's not Clash. What's the other
I
one?
believe it's just push. I think it's guaranteed push,
Oh, it's
if
guaranteed
I'm not
push?
mistaken. Yeah.
And then the third one or the fourth one is like Flashpoint and or is it no longer something else because I think they removed that game mode from the pool.
Yeah, I think it's just Flashpoint. And then afterwards it would be, I guess in this situation it would be hybrid since they picked Escort before.
Yes. Should we go to a map 5? But
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to see, is there any super dive centric maps for push?
Well, their Colosseo has been proven to be a very strong dive map, but you have to the whole team has to know what they're doing. So
Yes,
it's
yes and no.
yeah, it might not come out, but it's gonna be a rush map coming out regardless because MSM does have the pick if they just lost. So if I were MSM, I would probably pick either New Queen Street or the new map. I guess not so new anymore.
Oh,
And there it is, Runasapi.
I was gonna say Runasapi being one of those maps that is not picked often enough by a lot of these teams. I saw it a lot in early Rider University games, but they have elected for like New Queen Street as their new map of choice. So Runasapi has been set aside typically, but it seems like Mount is the team to be picking it this time around. So yeah. Send me out for Kane. So we are going to be seeing a swap on the side of Marist. We are going to be seeing Kane coming in for face misk. DPS players swapping around. I do remember Kane, a good DPS player. I believe I remember getting dunked on him by Cassidy, or as Cassidy. So I wonder how that's going to play with two good
Interesting
skin
this about
players.
the Oh yeah. An interesting thing about this map is that although it's primarily seen as a rush map for most teams, dive can be played on it and has been played consistently in the pro scene. So it's really up to Marist to pick whatever they want to do.
They don't even wait for
Let's
me.
see what they opt for.
They don't care about prod.
They do not.
But yeah. Runasapi being an interesting map choice. I actually missed this map. I really felt like this was a good map, I won't lie. The closed corridors are a little, like, they're a little large in comparison to most maps. But for the most part, a lot of action does not happen in these fights. Actually, teams typically get pushed back through one door and then immediately out another. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Especially with these kind of teams, they tend to like respect each other. They'll take a fight, they'll get one kill, and then immediately back off if they really need to. It's kind of interesting. They don't force anything that they don't have to. Did they mess up hero HPs again? What happened? I didn't have the chat open.
It was health.
Oh my god.
One thing is Zerial's the one who pointed it out too, then instantly changed it. Well, now we know we're getting a Magamir from both sides.
This time around, both these teams will not be seeing each other first, so nobody knows in terms of teams what's coming out. We do, but yeah, interesting to see. And once again, how do they mess this up 4 maps in a row or 3 maps in a row?
Don't ask me.
Do they have health packs? Please check. Let me check the lobby. Spawn health
I
packs
do see
enabled.
health pack.
Good. Spawn health packs enabled. Good. What the Thunder Kit doing on the Mercy?
Wait, is this serious?
I don't know.
Clearly this isn't serious.
What is this Mercy skin?
Yeah.
I've never
And
seen this one.
Maddie's on Tracer, Kane's on Sojourn.
What is
Very
happening?
great. Very, very interesting comp
I'm gonna
on the side of Marist.
What happened this time? Oh, why are you doing that? Don't know. Let me see. Show lobby. What changed this time? Game mode starts immediately. Committed rules. Don't know. Hopefully the HP is good. Actually, let me see one thing. Let's see. Tank HP
Sure.
is not
Smile on my face.
good.
You count on me.
Now we're talking.
I count on
Doorknob has been made the new owner of the game.
Oh my god.
Or not Doorknob, Thunderkit.
Please just fix the
As has been
lobby.
asked.
Hey, buddy.
Thunderkit, fix the lobby. It's not good. Take HP bad. Is it? Am I crazy?
Unlocks in
Oh my god.
Forget about map 5, we're not cutting to map 3.
Thunderkit is on the case. I'm kind of confused what is happening.
Thunderkit is on the case.
NECC spring match settings. Do we officially have proper tanks? HP.
Let's see if he forgot to turn skins back on.
No, not the skins back on.
I assume that he forgot,
Oh,
but I guess we'll see.
no. Honestly, screw the skins for that at this point. That's what they're saying.
The skins are the difference between a great host and a amazing host. We'll see which one Thunderkit is.
I've always made sure to make sure skins were on during my time. I did not care. Even in scrims, I will turn them back on because some scrim codes turn them off by default.
I believe it's off by default, so he had to have deliberately turned them on if he did.
No skins.
And he did not. Looks like we have only a great host.
Praise Thunderkit. No skins though.
Yeah.
Want to call him out for it.
Yeah. Marist opting for a more normal comp.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Quite an interesting situation. But yeah, as we said before, 3 maps ago, aka this one just, restarted multiple times. Maddie opting in for that Tracer. As I said, it was going to be kind of interesting as I did know Kane as a tank, not a tank player, a DPS, a hit scan player. Words are hard in this lobby. As a hit scan player, so I was wondering what Maddie was really going to do. Technically going for double hit scan, but one is a Tracer, so not sure how you look at it like that. But yeah, Maddie looking to get some damage into the back line, but has to recall immediately, putting a lot of pressure into the back, and Marist is able to get the initial push off. But yeah.
Doing a great job of setting early tempo here. Serial cannot catch a break.
If Zero pushes up, that's when Maddie is going to be looking to go into the back line and immediately do some damage. I do believe Sammy needs to place his turret a little bit more on the defensive, just trying to make sure things not go his way. Dax is going to be stuck in this corner, trying to do his best to sustain, but when he is finally caught out, Zerial just pushes up and keeps him there. Dax really was waiting to go in, but he couldn't find his opening at the time, and immediately Zerial capitalized, getting a kill into the back line, and BTG returning that favor. Right now, Mount is looking to take control of the bot. Right now, Kane is looking to be caught out, but his whole team is on his back. Dax does return just in time to apply enough pressure. The ultimate online for Kane and ready to go, but I don't think he's going to use it just yet, as Dax does get run down by Sammy and Zerial immediately. So bot gets turned over. Right now, Thunderkit on the run. But he does make it out. No, he doesn't. Not just yet. Right now, the support line is in trouble with Zero beating him down. But he is going to be looking to make his great escape and return back to his team, as they do have the bot, and they are looking to take the lead.
They've done it.
They have done it. holding this corner, I do believe is going to be the option. This ends now, and right now the the cage is going to be coming out for both teams immediately. Kane cannot do anything as that big shield is going to be in his face, but that Torbjorn ultimate keeping, well, not the Torbjorn ultimate. Oops, Zerial. Wow, using his ultimate, the Malgo ultimate, to keep everybody in that cage. Torbjorn is just going to follow up and just burn anybody in there. You can't break the shield fast enough. You can't escape. All you have is Torb burning you. It's kind of a devastating combination.
And I suspect that's why they might actually be running Torbjorn in addition to the additional damage.
Ooh.
You're correctly opting to run away.
Right now, Dax is going to be ulting onto the point, or onto the enemy Malga. And Torbjorn, Sammy, opting to go in immediately, apply as much pressure as he possibly can. And Dax gets brought dangerously low. So he actually had to cancel his cage and back out immediately. But that's when Zero fell for it. He jumped in thinking he had the upper hand, but immediately he gets burnt down finally. And right now, Marist has the upper hand in this fight, and they get the team kill that they need to take the bot in control.
Yes, they do.
Kind of a good fight. I actually really like what I saw. Torbjorn really being a bully. It's just, he said screw the Malgo ultimate, went straight into it, right-clicked him to oblivion. Dax had to run away, but then Marist played that pretty well. That recovery was so good, the fact that when Zeros thought it was his time to go in, it just was his time to go back to spawn real quick.
Back to spawn he did go. Dax taking a lot of early damage.
And this time
now MSM has pressure to push in.
Instead of staying around in that corner, he dashes out immediately. An ultimate is going to come out to try to support him on this front line as it does creep up to go there. Kane is going to be finding the kill that he needs to open up this fight onto Sammy, but it doesn't matter. Kirko ultimate is going to be coming out. Zerial does run over Maddie, but now Zerial's in a bad position himself, and he is going to go down. Right now, I do believe Marist has the upper hand, as the tank for the side of Mount is going to be down right now, and they are going to continue this push.
And a cage was used. Not sure where, but at some point it did get canceled.
Wait, I just noticed that. Yeah, the 7% is crazy.
Very
Didn't even
for
hear
Zerial.
it. Didn't even hear it whatsoever.
Yeah. Something that Zerial's very good at is he knows when to run away.
Oh my god, Dax had 400 HP and then suddenly it was 73. Not to like flame him based on what you just said, or you said Zerial knows when to run away. Dax didn't even have an opportunity to like think about it, so like that was just devastating for him.
And that's the major difference between Zerial and Dax's Magos. Whereas Dax tries to win every single fight, Zerial knows that he can't win every fight.
Just quick headshot from what I guess was BTG and probably Sammy at the same time, just blasting Dax into oblivion. 73 HP is not going to last you long when 3 people are looking at you, shooting you down. Rally to me, Thunder Kid's looking to do some things, trying to get this Malga off the point, trying to separate him, do as best as they can. I do wish that turret in such a position, it doesn't even, it's an extra teammate to the side of Mount, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to take it out just yet, as Satellite Vector is going to be locked, and right now Mount is looking to get some kills, but Thunderkit is being a menace, more a nuisance than Malga could ever be, but eventually he does go down, and right now, Kane versus BTG. BTG is going to get him with the headshot real quick. Dax kind of pushing up here a little bit dangerously. If he got collapsed on immediately, he probably would have fallen, but kind of actually walks out. He doesn't even charge out. Marist is going to regroup out here looking for this fight. But right now, I think BTG with that railgun coming up online shortly is going to be devastating for this side of Marist. But Mount does respect what Marist has to offer, and they back up. But Zerial does drop the ultimate, blocking up Dax, and he does get stuck. Thunderkid does get stuck, but the ultimate does go down, but he has no time to get out ultimately. Yes, the pun, I guess, intended. But eventually, Count is going to be looking to take this push towards the end on that final stretch. And closing. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remain on the board. Marist is not technically out of this just yet. We have seen some miracle pushes before, but with what we've seen from Mount right now, I'm not sure if it's going to be even allowed right now. As soon as a good amount of damage comes out, Zero backs out immediately, and his team is immediately in tow. You could see it right before he jumps out. His team is immediately backing out. So the communication there is probably key. BTG is going to be getting kill onto Kane. So right now, Marist is down a player, but Thunderkit looking to disrupt with that shield, with that ultimate, trying to get the kills. But Sammy is doing that instead. Getting the kill onto Dex. Maddie going to be falling next, and Thunderkit finally to go. Cups the last, and Kane has returned to the fight. It's been going on for way too long. But there's no time for them to decide. There's no time for them to wait. This point is pushing, and ultimately it's almost done. Mount looking to take it and end this point right here. 1 minute and 50 seconds remain, but all the ultimates are going to come out. Torbjorn ultimate, Malga ultimate, Juno ultimate, everybody's going to be going. And right now, everyone's going to be falling for the side of Maris. Cups, once again, the final one to go. And that's going to do it for the side of Mount St. Mary's, as they are going to be taking push on Runasapi, taking us to the current score of 2-1 and bringing us to our potential final map, unless Maris can bring us to a map 5.
Unfortunately for Marist, there are no dive maps out of the Flashpoint selections. But dive can still be played on both. You've seen it done. Crazy Raccoon has played ball on New Junk City, and Winston has been played quite extensively on Suravasa. So we'll see if either opts for it.
What I've noticed about Flashpoint maps is that like certain sides of the map are like decently dive centric, and the other ones are like rush brawl heavy. So it's like a good diverse mix within a map itself. But whether or not the teams get those sides that they need to play to their playstyle better, it's random. So they really have to start off strong in that middle neutral point where nobody should have advantage. And then out of the 4 remaining points, good luck. RNG. BTG calling Flash. Ooh, I wonder what else there is.
Suravasa. I agree that that is going to be the better option for them. We'll see if they can make it work. If I was Maris in this case, if I were to try and set up Maddie, I would push on the absolute far side and then either do a 3-2 split or have a 5-man push on that one side and essentially play a game of chicken with the other side. We'll see if Maris agrees with my decision and opts for that plan.
Essentially the opposite of like the little outside part, that far side, depending on whether or not you spawn left or right.
Exactly.
Basically where the 2 little stairs, or 3 stairs, 2 stairs combined, right? On the inner part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do agree. Just have
Definitely the safest
Maddie,
spot for Maddie.
yeah, just have people funnel in or force them to dive around the outside to get them.
Yeah.
But who knows what Maris will do? As
Mm-hmm.
did we see the chat? No, we are going to be seeing the swap back out of Kane. Face Misk is going to be returning to the game. And they are going to be Ring, so this is potentially the final map, running it down with Face Misk as opposed to Kane. Not that there was a problem with Kane. I kind of liked what I saw, especially with the combination of Maddie, but right now, that flex DPS is kind of necessary, I do believe. Especially going into that Torbjorn a lot. They're just going to keep it. Sammy is going to run it down on Torb.
Yeah. And you're definitely going to want Maddie on some sort of hit scan, preferably a Sojourn.
Hmm.
But we'll see if Marist agrees with me.
We will see. Waiting for Mount to ready up. Probably just having a quick discussion. They are, once again, on match point. Score is 2-1 Mount St. Mary's. So this is pretty good. really looking to shake up that prediction that I had at the start of this stream. Kind of interesting. But I'm kind of let's pull it. Well, I'm gonna pull it back while I still have a little bit of time. I did discuss majorly how I think fifth, sixth, and seventh place teams are really looking to push into that top spot, mainly looking that for that fight for fifth because they are looking to avoid play-ins and have their best opportunity of going to semis. But after that game, should they progress past quarters, they're going up against one of these two teams. And when these two teams work, it's kind of devastating. So although like the battle for fifth is like what they really want to do right now, you got to remember, look at the far end. Marist and Mount are on the other end. It's kind of scary either way for them. So hopefully those teams know what they're getting into. Maybe some of them are watching this game right now. They know they're scouting. They're ready. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is going to be scary for them. But who knows? Maybe those teams will be able to handle it differently.
Maybe they will. Excited to see if they're gonna opt for a Magamir or if one side is gonna try switching it up. Or both sides trying switching it up.
Give us more Diva. We know Dax will play it.
Yeah. If MSM does opt for the Maga and Marist goes with what I think they should do, then I think that it will not work for them. I think that Marist will get a significant amount of tempo in the beginning. But we'll have to see how it plays out once both teams are ready.
Part of me says, oh, I was going to say, I feel like Mount is unaware. Maybe they were just chilling. Maybe they wanted to start the lobby, but then they forgot that they gave Thunderkit the leadership. But yeah, still waiting for Sarabasa to start. We did just get an R from Zerial, but I do think Maris pulled back for a second and are taking the time to figure out what to do. Got homework to do after this. Well, we're going to a game 5 Thunderkit. So yeah, that homework's gonna have to wait.
For me and him.
What do you got to do?
Some readings. I have a big exam tomorrow for my psych class. Nothing too bad, but probably take me a couple hours to finish up.
What time is this class?
2, so I have
Okay,
time.
okay, I was gonna say it's not a morning class. You need to get off the cast. Nah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
No, I'm totally chilling. I'm totally chilling.
All right.
Gotta worry.
Yep. I got a little distracted. Forgot to acknowledge the fact that we're in the map. I was flying around as if I was on stream. Transition that in before we have another situation where I forgot to transition the map. I think we
We are
did.
finally in the game.
Yes, finally. I think I did a new Queen
Hopefully
Street
tank
game.
health is
Oh,
good.
hopefully tank health. Checking. We're good.
Alright, we're good. Thunderkid is the host.
If anyone requires my assistance, please inform me. Greetings.
All the tank HPs are there. I'm not missing any whatsoever this time. Once again, the Sammy pick for the Torbjorn. I like how I said that like completely backwards, but you know what I mean. Is gonna come out. Face Mist opting in for the Sim, but I'm pretty sure that's just the TP team out. But a Reaper is gonna be the change-up that we see. Trying to do some quick damage onto the Malka. Get up in his face and blast him down. Currently, Dax has been the one to be doing that. I won't lie. Part of me thinks Dax was like potentially lagging out there for a brief moment. He was skirting around and then like wasn't shooting, wasn't acknowledging. I'm unsure if his internet is stable in this moment. But comes back in, and no pause is done. So I guess he is going to be playing it out as if nothing is wrong. Maddie does get a pick. Marist can go in real quick and try to get this point back real quick.
And it certainly gave them a big advantage. Let's see if they can follow up.
Playing it a little slow. Dax is going to be rushing in, not rushing into here, but walking up, taking a lot of damage. Shane brought it real low and getting the support he needs eventually. But right now, Zero and Dax are both going to heal up. But right now, Mount is going to get the better of him. We're going to take him out real quick. Headshots only, apparently, for the side of Mount. And Marist doesn't look like they're going to be able to get this point just yet. They do have one more fight in the bag for this one before we go to the next. We'll see how they play it out. This Reaper not really doing much just yet. Only 51% and a Dream. Dax 50 HP and a Dream. Has to rush over to the health pack. I'm not sure where the communication is going weird. I think Dax does have the confidence in his team to keep him alive, but the heals aren't coming through, and he's just left to die, essentially. Ultimate from Zero is going to come through, and Dax can only sit there and watch as the Torbjorn launches his ultimate into it and burns everyone alive. There was no surviving that, and Dax is only, by the time that ultimate from Zero came out, Dax is only at 54% himself, so like he is very behind, but he is going to have this ult coming into this next point.
And yet again, MSM Salt usage continuing to be very intentional. They still have both their support ults, whereas Marist only has their Juno. So if they go fast, if they go first, they are going to have a significant advantage.
Yeah, but
at this point, it looks like it's going to be too late.
Thunderkit is going to have his ultimate real quick as the Juno ult is going to come out. And right now, Face Mist looking to burn people down. He actually rushes up with that Juno ultimate and blasts Ariel. No chance of survival there. And Marist actually, although they were last to this point, they get it first.
Maddie continuing to find consistent first picks.
Railgun online. Right now it feels like Marist is looking to rush in there, but Juno and Kiriko ultimate is going to come out, but a die is going to come through and enable a kill or two, but it doesn't matter. The return fire from the side of Mount is going to be stronger, and they are going to be turning back over this point. 52% and no longer ticking right now and closing onto that. So right now, Mount in control. Ultimate from Sammy is going to be coming up real soon, but Maddie still has his if he really can look for an opening pick. Gonna look to pick side, rally to me. Thunderkit going to be looking to lead this charge, and Dax is going to be looking to go in, dealing some damage with that railgun shot. Maddie can't find any shots. He jumps into this ultimate to try to do some damage, but the problem is he gets pulled in and locked down, and that means it's time for the Torbjorn ult to like do his thing. And finally, everybody burns, and right now, Dax on the tail end of that. That fight opened up and was going so well for Marist, but that combination of Zerial and Sammy ultimates are so strong right now. It dragged everyone in there, and only Face Mist and Dax were really the ones that can live for the brief moments, and now they have to retake this fight. One last fight remaining to go.
This ends now.
This ends now. DTG not opening up real quick to try to not let anybody in. Dax is going to be falling extremely low, but he needs to get to the point. He touches and backs up immediately. He does not have to sustain, but the Juno ultimate is going to be there to try to keep him up, but it's not enough. And ultimately, Maddie is going to be finding a headshot with his railgun. Everybody for Marist is reeling right now, but will they go in and get the kills? They look so close for the Malga. He charges in, he charges to death, and right now, supports in Maddie are all that's remained for Marist. And currently, Mount does know that they don't need to take it just yet, so they are just going to play back and look to take this final fight for this point. It will not be the end of this map no matter who wins this point, but it is kind of close.
That it is.
Sammy.
MSM has the clear ult advantage this fight.
Sammy does bolt to try to disrupt the back line of Marist right now, but he does get pushed on immediately. Marist does turn it over, and all they have left is overtime to get in there. They have to touch. They do. Eventually, Maddie slides in there, and he does get the damage down, but it doesn't matter. Zerial has the health advantage of his team to keep him alive, but FaceMist gets 1 kill, but is that really going to be enough? Marist is going to get the kills, and Maddie finally turns on, looking for the kills. He gets them. I did not tune in to see them, but I saw the kill feed as Marist finally pushed this point over to their favor. 1-1 in Flashpoint means we'll get at least 2 more points. As we get taken across the map, we cannot see exactly where the points are unlocked unless we see the little outline, which is very difficult to see in streamer mode or spectator mode. But yeah. Dax has been one of the major... I'm going to say, Dax has been the major factor to whether or not these fights go in favor of these teams. Because ultimately, he has been the first to die or the first to get extremely low. It's a little negative for him, but like it is being a big factor for Marist in terms of whether or not they succeed. Dax does not be the first to fall. Instead, he's actually the last one to go. But he pushed so far into the backline of Mount that Zerial pushed onto Marist and just took him out. Maddie had no chance of survival. And FaceMist opting in for the Venture now. I don't know if he was Venture previous fight, but we now see this. Interesting.
Very interesting pick.
What advantages does this little archaeologist have?
Well, I would say that the only reason you would swap to Venture is for more sustain, in addition to having another way to engage fights. It looks like Marist realized that they're having a really big problem with engaging fights, so I believe the Venture Dig is going to provide them more utility in that regard. And the extra survivability is going to help them die later, which is going to prove to be very important in this very heavy resource trade in the market here.
I found it funny what I just saw. Like, Dax had to opened up by going in, ulting, and standing right in front of all of Mount St. Mary's. The problem is he immediately had to like dash out, but there was a Sojourn E on him, like, you know, the little AoE field, because with that perk it kind of sticks onto him. So once he dashed out, he's dashing at his teammates with that Sojourn damage, bringing it towards his teammates. Like, we just saw Zerial get stuck, but instead he's in their backline, so it means nothing to him. And Marist have zero
It's just
chance
taking
at
a lot
this
of
point.
space. FaceMist has been consistently providing a really good job of controlling an off-angle and contesting 2-3 people all by himself. Every single fight, at least most fights. Especially when he's on Tracer. And continuing to do so when he's on Venture. In addition to point out that both supports on these teams are doing phenomenal jobs.
This ends now. Maddie is going to be looking to get some kills real quick as his teammate FaceMist does fall, but so does Dag. Right now, Mount is not letting them do anything. The ultimate does come in to try to shut down any movement for Marist, as Maddie just has to get out quick, but instead he goes into that cage and immediately dies to return to his team. Mount on the look to take this entire series right now, as they are looking to close it out with this last point in their favor right now and ticking. Marist's dreams of winning this game is slowly going. With ultimates online, actually almost, even though it's so close, Thunderkit is probably going to lead with his. As I say that, Thunderkit is going to be hopping the rally, going to be looking to lead the charge. The dive immediately onto the Torbjorn does find the kill. Now Dax is able to sustain, as there is not that large amount of damage left for them. Eventually, Marist does take this point, stopping it at why do I feel like the point was supposed to tick up to 59%, but it held up for a brief moment. Giving him that 1 extra percent to work with. FaceMist still holding on to this ultimate. Don't know where the heck are they? Around the outside. Oh, in the backline. Looking to be devastating. Face Mist just chilling around the outside, looking to be a little a nuisance, not really doing much. Dax is going to be looking to ult, but he immediately has to cancel it, not to get himself caught out in, say, like a Torbjorn ultimate. But right now, Marist is playing this pretty good. But Zerial, being a menace, he is the one to sustain. He has so much sustain to keep himself alive, but all it does is delay his death. Dax is going to be able to get back to point faster at this point in time, but is it going to be enough for the side of Mount to come back and take this point? Basically 6 seconds remaining before it's done. And we go to the final point of this map. Maddie is going to be looking at ult, but he is going to be taken out of the fight, immediately pushed out by another Malga. That turret is going to be devastating, looking to do some damage. Maddie wants to take it out, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Doesn't matter what happens. Right now, there is a Venture, and Face Mist trying his best to keep this point alive, but it doesn't matter. Mount take it back, and I do believe we are going to be entering last fight territory.
Marist will have a recontest, but they have no else to do so. On the lucky side, MSM doesn't have any ult either. There's going to be a straight brawl.
Straight neutral for the first time since the beginning of the map. But we saw
Zerial is feeding, absolutely. Dax is punishing it.
Bro's feeding, but right now, Marist in control of the point, not fully in control of the
Zerial
point,
continuing to be very low HP.
but he is taking
The resource trade is in a huge favor.
right now. The dive is almost going to be picking up the kill on to Sammy, but Sammy does not fall right now, as Thunderkid does build his ultimate during this entire thing, and right now Zero has to dive in, but the point has already gone over to Marist, and finally, we are going to the last point of this entire map.
Yes, we are.
Potential
2-2.
2-2 game point for Mount St. Mary's, or will we be getting map 5?
Marist is under immense pressure here. If they don't win this point, it's all over for them.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Mount somehow is going to be the first team to the point, even though they... Actually, no, they died, so they got the fast respawns. Meanwhile, Marist did have to go all the way back. Zero in a bit of a position where he does take a lot of damage, but he does get out effectively. But now that he jumps back in, he does not have the immediate dash. Face Mist almost going down. He actually dives on the ground just in time to keep himself alive. Maddie finding the kill onto Zero, and now Dax is on the charge, getting the kills, looking for one, getting the entire team kill for the side of Marist. And they have this point, and it is ticking. Flashpoint does go faster than, say, control point right now, so it is going to be a lot more dangerous. Marist has 2 ultimates, actually almost 3 ultimates in their favor. They really are looking for this Torbjorn to try to stop him, but the Torbjorn ultimate is going to come out to try to lock him up. Dax does ult to try to get him there too, but it doesn't matter. That Torbjorn ultimate is going to be the devastating one, and it is going to be winning these fights right now. But right now, Marist is just trying to stall. Thunderkid does get the kill, but he does go down at the last second. 60%, 61% is what Marist has to get back and counting. But right now, Mount in control.
I just want to point out, Dax is doing a phenomenal job. Those last 2 fights were great from his part. Correctly pushing his advantage and correctly disengaging. You see that he's adapting and learning from this match and getting better as it progresses.
Oh my god, he is getting extremely low, but he has the faith of his teammate. He got down to like 53 HP, and then suddenly he shot back up. That was crazy low. The ultimate is going to be coming in from Kiriko, and it is immediately going to be enabling the fight from Mount to go hard, but almost nobody has fallen just yet. Actually, Sammy gets 2, Nips gets a 3rd, and actually gets the 4th. Sammy, when did this Cassidy get here? BTG swapping over from his previous character. Last fight territory for Marist, and right now it is looking dangerous. Map point in favor of Mount right now. We are looking for an end. I do believe somebody just subbed to me, but thank you for that. In this tense situation, Dax is going to be going extremely low. The rally to me is going to be coming out. The high noon is going to be coming down. The touch does need to come through. BTG does fall. 3, 2, 1. They do touch, and right now Marist is looking to touch. Mount does respect it, and they are going to give it up. They do have time for one more push. They don't need to force it. But Naismith going over to that Bastion to try to do as much damage as he possibly could. The ultimate comes out for the side of Zero. But Sammy, the combination is gonna be real. But Marist is in control. They find the kills. I do believe that this is gonna be it. Zero does need to touch 92%. Dax with the counter charge. And I don't think it's gonna happen. We are going to see a map 5 as Marist properly play the rest of this map and take it to the end. Marist win Flashpoint, and we will be seeing map 5.
Play of the game.
Yes, we will. Never did I think that Marist would be the underdog, but here we are.
This is crazy. My voice is getting shredded. Just the same as Dax is being. Oh, this is crazy right now. The swaps from Face Misk. Come, what? Life, what are you doing here? Is Life in the chat? No. Life in the what's it called?
Listen to specs.
Life in the specs. All right. But yeah, Face Misk doing wonders for this team. But
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. All right, my voice is a little hoarse. I'm gonna go get myself some water so you can keep yapping.
Alright. I feel like the supports aren't really getting highlighted this match, so I just want to point out, I think Thunderkit's rally usages have been very, very strong. Almost every rally has been correct from him, so very impressed with that. In addition, Cups' positioning has been really good. And it's in Zach as well. We're getting a classic King's Row. If I was on the side of Marist, I would be very happy with this map selection. I would be locking Diva every day of the week.
Ooh, my favorite character. Whew, King's Row. Interesting map choice.
Yes.
But yes, yes they can.
Yeah.
Let's get Life in here. I mean, they're in the they're in the what's it called. Hopefully they join.
Ah.
Ah,
There they are.
there they are.
What's up, Liv?
Hello.
I gotta get
I lost.
you.
Waste of time is officially over. Back to the important stuff.
Back to the important
Kidding.
things. Let's go. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Here, you could be in between us with no
Okay, okay.
name for now.
Yay! No name. It's okay. Everyone knows me.
Yes. Anyway, welcome to the cast life. I don't know how much you have been watching as you were playing a game yourself, but yeah, current score is tied 2-2, and we are going to be going to King's Row shortly. Between these teams, it's kind of been intense. One thing we can assure you is that we are going to be seeing Sammy on Torbjorn, and yeah, that's the main things.
Sammy on Torb? Has he only been playing Torb this entire time?
Attack Gibraltar he did not, but on defense he did.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Multi-core cage is a huge combo for them. They do it every chance they can get, and it's been working.
Hell yeah. I love these two teams so much.
And we are going to be getting into the final map. Now that I see, don't know if I think my graphics were fine, but
Initiating match.
I think I have to swap the scoreboard real quick. There we go. But yeah, welcome to to the cast. What are you expecting from these two teams now that they are at the edge of this game, literally pushed to the limit? Both these teams have one more map to go. What are you hoping for?
Definitely, I was not hoping for the Magua. I'm gonna be honest. That's all. I was hoping to see Zarya. I saw Zarya for like a split second when I tuned into the stream, but now I see Magua again. I'm a Magua hater.
But there's a Winton from Dax.
Dax running to Winston. I
That's
love this.
true.
Korean meta. I love this.
Winton.
I love playing Winston here. Especially now that Winston's so good.
What do his perks? I know Bubble Heal, but that's the only perk I know.
So there's Bubble Heal, and the other really good one to get is in your Primal Rage, if you jump in the air, the longer you're in the air, the more damage the leap will do.
Like, does it cap at some point?
Yeah, like 75, I think.
Oh, that's still interesting.
That's really good, though. Imagine 75 burst damage plus a swing. They're just half health, like, instantly.
Zerial is
Ooh, I don't know about this
immediately-
play from Dax.
I was gonna say Zerial's immediately into the backline, but so was. Ooh! Face Mist does get picked off by a turret, and what is Thunderkit doing? Dancing around the outside. The turret finds the kill, but the turret is also now Zerial. All that's left
They're
is
playing a Winston comp, but they're playing as if it's a Maga comp.
kind of interesting.
Now we're controlling the high ground.
They're-
Should have been doing.
I don't even
this
think they're
turret.
gonna give give a take for this point. They're just gonna let it go. So yeah,
It's right away.
Zerial
And
does
that's
get
tough too because that first point is the best for the Winston.
yeah, but now they're gonna have to let it go and play as best as they can. Daryl almost gets taken out. He gets slept and what's it called, antied immediately. But it's not gonna find anything. Face Mist chilling over here, but I do think he's gonna fall. Does have that dash to get out, and he is effectively gonna do so. The Winston bubble does keep his team safe from the Sojourn for a brief moment. BTG does get the kill into Face Mist, but Matty turns the kill with the headshot of his own.
I think this was the secret. I think if Dax stays Winston here, it's going to provide a significant advantage for them.
Let's go, Zarya!
Zarya from Zerial. Gonna be a little behind with the perks due to the swap, but there's still 4 minutes and 55 seconds on the board for him to build those up. Not gonna be a big problem. If you swap, do you get... Oh, never mind, but the immediate ultimate from the Ana onto the Winston is going to go out. I'm trying to take out the Torbjorn as best as he can, but somehow the jump overshoots and he is going to miss. Right now, Dax not finding any value with that Ana, except for, you know, disengage. This ends now as BTG is going to be looking for the kills, but Matty is going to be looking to return the kills. Anti onto BTG, so he's not going to be finding Mux. Dax is going to get the kill with the leap, and they are going to be looking to hunt down Zerial, and he does finally go down. This Brig in front of a Winston is not going to be going his favor, and right now Marist is in control.
That anti was huge. It got 4 of Mount players.
Zach has their Juno ult here. See what he's going to do with it.
Oh, Zerial, take it to the high ground with the boops, not giving Matty OW that space he wants. And right now, Dax is going to be going into the backline. He does have that ultimate to keep himself alive, trying to take out the turret, but it's not going to prove well, as he is going to go down before he can pop it. Burst damage is too strong. I do think he deserves a little bit of flame for that. The beat comes out just a little too late, and Face Mist is not going to get saved because of that. Thunderkit makes it out just barely. Right now, Dax is returning to the fight. No kills there. That beat was used just to sustain for a little bit, and this point is going to be pushed up to the last bit of point 2, but I don't think it's going to touch this yet, as Marist is going to looking to contest. Torbjorn is going to get dangerously low, but he is not going to be put down just yet. Ultimate is going to come out. Everything is coming out. I hear a blade. I hear a Zarya grab. The point is not pushing. Right now, Face Mist is fighting a turret, and Zarya is what remains with a Juno on point. But those boops are going to be bringing that Zarya into the backline of Marist, but the reason for that was to deny the Juno any form of healing. She does back out. Right now, Marist in control, stopping this point from getting to point 2 just yet with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left for Mount St. Mary's.
This next fight's going to be a battle. MSM clearly has the ult advantage, but will Maddie be able to be that clutch factor with his overclock and provide the kills they need to win this?
Bubbles for Zero does need to come out as he does get anti, and he is almost going to get low, but Juno ultimate is going to keep him alive real quick. Maddie is actually going to get taken out. Sammy returning the favors that he's previously gotten from him. Right now, Marist on the run, and nobody can really contest this just yet. Face Mist going down. Thunderkick, actually no, Face Mist still alive, but Thunderkick going down. Maddie and Face Mist trying to keep this point alive for a brief moment. Actually, Maddie's still returning from the previous death. And Zero trying to take that at high ground now that he has that super boops. He's really doing it, and he does! Zarya on the high can challenge this Winston. Now a dive character herself. Doesn't even need to do anything. Winston can body block her, but she is going to make it out alive. These bubbles aren't going to go his favor. BTG is going to shut him down. Dax falling immediately, and all of Marist is going to be running back to spawn.
Dax pulling out the Reinhardt here. Love to see it.
Reinhardt into Zarya is my preferred, but Reinhardt on King's Row in general is my preferred. But right now, the Mei is also going to come out to try to help cut off that Zarya from all the support that she can get. But Dax can't get in there. He has no perks and he has no hopes of his team right now. He was just swinging for the fences, but the fence was so far gone, and eventually he gets runned over. And right now, Mount St. Mary's is going to be in control of this point with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock. Should Marist even take this?
Score.
Is the Zarya boop like thingy a perk or?
Yes.
Okay, because that's like the first time I've ever seen it. I fucking love it.
Match.
Yes, Zarya gives, is it 50% more boof? She
I think
can
it's
boop
70.
70% she could boop herself. It's
I
so
love
crazy.
that.
Really good.
She looks so silly.
It's very silly.
I like the Torp turret at the end. Just placed it at the top above where the point was supposed to go. No chance of Marist being able to contest that without having to turn their heads. So, kind of a scary situation for them.
No, there's 2 of them now. Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Glad to see Dax still has a soul.
I love Dax.
We are going to be seeing an interesting pick coming in from Face Mist for now. Don't know if this is just for him to mess around in the point or in the spawn for now. But the Soldier 76 is being hovered. Maddie, oh, the swaps? No! And I do believe we are going to see Face Mist swapping. Yep. Oh, but not, I was not ready for this pick. Interesting.
This kind of far.
Wanting to support, especially against that Torbjorn, who has been doing a lot with those turrets, so hopefully he can take it out. Face Misk.
I agree with the far pick. I think it's very, very strong here.
But can he get the value that he would like? They are looking to take this high ground immediately, charging up here and not giving them any space to breathe. They do not let these Torbjorn have this high ground. They do not let him have these turret placements. But BTG is going to be finding a pick onto Face Misk immediately. So right now, Marist is jumping into a little bit of death right now. Axe getting kind of low, but running in with this Brig. And Brig is going to get shut down immediately. Almost going to be falling. No shield in a dream. And right now, Marist does not need to take the point. If they could get these kills, they could get a point for free. Zerial, now flipping the point essentially. Flipping the map. But Marist has already done just that. Right, standing inside of this damage field is not ideal, Dax, but it doesn't matter. You do have 2 healers on your side, and you do get the kill onto Zerial. This fight is a little scuffed. There are players from Mount all around, and whether or not they will be able to stop this point, it's really up to them all to recontest at this point in time. Zerial is nowhere near to be found, but he can charge in shortly. But I do think it's still going to be going into favor of Marist right now, as Zerial does return to the fight. Dax has no ammo right now, as he does need to reload. Zerial gets booped off the point, not able to contest. And finally, Marist is going to be pushing the second point.
That was an interesting rotate for Marist, but it worked.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Face Mist
Zerial.
continuing to be the playmaker for his team, creating the most space. Always in their backline, always exerting so much pressure.
BTG with his ultimate coming up online soon when this fight does break out. I do fully expect it to come out. And it does not have a counter from Maddie in terms of another Sojourn, but that Ashe is devastating. 2 quick headshots and he is gone.
If Marist is smart here, they should dry fight as soon as they see the cage come out.
Seeing a dry fight, but it doesn't
Oh,
matter. Your ultimate is
never
going to come out.
mind.
The cage is going to be there to counter immediately. Nobody is going to fall just yet. Everybody is going to disengage. That Torbjorn ultimate is going to come out to slow down any push. Dax is going to be destroying some the Torbjorn turret. And immediately, now is going to back up, respecting the overall fight. And right now, oh wait, but Thunderkit did actually give a bunch of his teammates some overhealth. So right now, Marist needs to play this a little well. The ultimate is going to come out, and the satellite vector is going to be coming in to counter
That's a big
immediately.
combo.
It was a decent attempt from the side of Marist. They do get 2, but will they be able to do anything with this Zerial in their backline? 600 HP and a Dream, which was kind of crazy. I need to switch back to the correct player right now because I kept messing that up. But right now, Zerial is sustaining for so long. He had 600 HP at the start of that fight, and as soon as he got down to like 300, the Kiriko TP's in to save him, and I don't think it's going to be enough for them right now, as Marist does try to retake this fight early on, but that's just Zero poking right now.
Helps us so much aura, he made Nips use his Kitsune.
Oh, did that just happen? Oops.
Yeah.
Face Miss is devastating right now.
That plus 10 aura.
Face Miss off into the side, gonna get that Torbjorn real low. He's gonna have to force out the Suzu. Suzu's gonna come out, and it's not gonna be helping anybody just yet. Thunderkit is actually gonna get the boop down. Dex and both Malgas are gonna charge into each other and just knock each other over for a real quick second. And right now, Marist is in control, and they are looking to take this point with a little more time, I do believe, on the board than Mount did before. So we are going to be seeing a good fight coming into this last point. Hopefully we are going to get overtime rounds. This is pretty good. Right now, Marist has Juno ultimate and soon to be Brig ultimate online. Sammy with his, Zero with his. It's going to be devastating. We've seen this before. So maybe the 2 support ultimates will keep him alive for Marist. But the fact that they have to do that would be devastating. Daryl does ult, and Torbjorn ult immediately comes out. Dax is sustaining. He is surviving, but I do believe he is going to go down as Torbjorn is just free shooting him in from the backline. Thunderkit making the smart choice to just immediately dash off the point and go down the hole. Right now, Maddie in a bad position. Ooh, but Cups returns the favor. He lost Maddie. He saw Maddie go down immediately, but he gets the return kill. But they do have spawn advantage, so this might not be so good just yet. Dax jumping into an entire team, gonna have to lose a lot of his HP. Kiriko ultimate comes down, and Dax just popping down this ultimate to keep himself alive. It's not used for anything to catch anyone out, but Zero is gonna be going low, but Sammy is gonna be the one finding the kills. Now Zero is gonna be finding the kills into the backline. Justice reigns from above, but so does Space Misk himself as he does fall down after getting killed during that ultimate. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain on the board for Marist. They will not have more time than Mount, but they still have the possibility of bringing us to overtime rounds.
And you see Thunderkit doing his absolute best to keep Dax alive, using his whole rally and his entire shield for it, but still not enough.
Marist coming up on the end. Dax is going to be really low, but immediately having to sustain himself. Maddie with the Bob on point to try to get this fight in their favor, but Torbjorn and Malga have their ultimates for the side of Mount immediately. We saw that 2 fights ago, and now we see it here, and it's going to be used once again to end this fight real quick. Still, 1 minute and 50 seconds remain for Marist to try to take this. They have enough time to get into overtime rounds, but it is getting lower and lower as time goes on. Malga, Zero, has no fear. He is just building ult charge. He has to sustain with his, whatever that skill is called, overclock, overrun, something? No, that's his charge.
Doesn't go overrun.
It's something. But yeah, he has to sustain to just take the fight with the Malga. Knows that as soon as the rest of the team shows up, he has to back out. But he doesn't need to do it just yet. Ariel playing on the edge of his life, 300 HP, and immediately dashes out. Dax typically plays down to 200. That's a problem. But the pick onto Sammy is usually the opener. That is good. Oh my god, the Juno ultimate just misses for, what's it called? Zerial, and he is eventually going to fall. This charge is big. It is 3 targets going to be found, and right now, this team kill is going to come through. 1 minute remaining on the board for Marist. They are at the end, and they are looking to keep Zerial locked down. If they could get this kill, they probably will win. I just noticed Face Mist is also now on the Torbjorn to try to do everything they have been seeing against them. The boops come through, and I do believe we are going to get overtime rounds with 1 minute on the clock for Marist. We are going to see their attack first, but they are going to be playing into 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so they really need to set the tone here if they really want to hold.
You can see Dax doing a great job of ulting early there and catching Zerial out, and then his team follows up with him, not letting MSM even get a chance to touch the point.
This is insane. I hate Magua, but like this gameplay is making me like Magua a bit, you know?
What? No, this gameplay is supposed to make you hate him even more.
Hey.
Do you see how much?
Do
Do you see how much sustain is coming out for these guys? It scares me. So Torbjorn is definitely electing into keep the Bastion alive by bopping him with the hammer. That's definitely what's going on for Sammy. I hope.
Mercy.
What? What?
Doom.
Huh?
Life. Weaver.
Huh? Huh? What,
Huh?
what are we seeing from the side of Marist? Oh!
Surely they don't walk out on
Oh.
this. Surely they don't walk out on this.
Okay.
Marist.
But they are going to be playing into a Bastion this time around. BTG opting in for that. They did see that earlier on Saravasa, so might be devastating. I don't think Marist is ready for the sheer amount of damage that is going to come out. Zerial electing to go to that high ground to meet them early on, not give them that space that they need, but they are immediately met with the Bastion. They do know it's time to go, but Thunderkid takes the fast route back to the spawn room with the kill coming in from BTG. So now
Sammy the Torbjorn veteran, showing Face Mist how it's done.
30 seconds remain, but Marist just needs one push, needs one good strong hold, or one strong take, and then eventually this will be theirs. But at this point in time, it's getting scary. It's getting dangerous. Marist needs to go, and Dax is going to do just that, immediately charging into this fight to try to get onto the Bastion. He plays his life by looking at the wall to make sure he does not get headshot. The turret is on the ceiling, but somebody does need to touch, and Torbjorn does. Right now, it is very dangerous. Zerial does drive into the bad situation, the wrong side of town. Juno ultimate does come out. Maddie gets the first kill. Thunderkick gets the second. Marist is looking in control, and they do get the third. Now, Mount St. Mary's is going to be backing up immediately to try to survive and just hold this final push. But right now, Marist is in control, and they definitely can get some footing in this second point. But going into the next round where Mount does get to attack, I feel like Marist does need to just elect to try to do a full hold, but they do not. I don't know what they have left in them right now because this is getting crazy. Bob is on the side of Marist, and if he does get in there, he is going to be looking to get some kills. The damage from Bastion does come out, but it's not going to be finding anybody just yet. Sammy does have the ultimate. It is going to be coming into this ultimate real late. He was not around the corner. Bastion getting sped in, and he is looking to do a lot of damage. He is going crazy, absolutely nuts. It is the supports left on the point. I feel like these supports need to, one of them needs to get off the point to slow it down so their team can get back to them. Okay, they don't need to because they're already back. Just in case, I don't want them pushing into an enemy Malga, but Marist is able to regroup just in time. Ultimate's on the side of Marist. This is going to be looking pretty good for them right now, as Dax is going to be looking to go in and immediately lock up the Torbjorn, take out the turret. The Torbjorn is going to be ulted onto himself. He returns the favor. Face Mist says, I see your ult, and I'm going to return them right back to you. June ultimate is going to come out, and Dax is going to receive no healing. Zerial is now looking to do as much damage as he possibly can. Right now, there's a Torb and a Brig with a shield, and Zerial is actually going to be finding himself going back to the spawn room as fast as he possibly can. There is a Kiriko. She is looking to TP out, but she doesn't make it out as Maddie puts a railgun shot. Or no, Face Mix actually puts the shot into her. I was looking at the wrong kill feed. This is getting crazy right now. Right. Mount is losing every fight that they take. The ult's rotations from Marist is being used pretty well. Cups has their ultimate, and it's going to be worth a lot coming into this next fight. I do believe it's going to come in 3, 2, 1. Nope. That's the Rockets. Close enough. It does some healing, and the ultimate is finally going to come out, keeping everybody alive. Sammy does try to go in to try to shut this point down, but instead he is just going to lose his life for it. Right now, Zero charging in, trying to do as best as he can, take out the turret, but instead he is going to go down. Kiriko Ultimate's going to come through, and they're going to try to push it onto this point. It really is just 2 supports, but the last one cannot make it, as round 3 is going to complete with Marist Bolu pushing 6 points on the board. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remain for Mount St. Mary's to try to even bring this to second OT. This is crazy.
Initiating match.
Oh, it's making me stress.
It's making my voice stressed.
Bro, I'm so proud of Maris. But come on, Mount, please. You got this. I am unbiased, I promise.
I could tell.
Smile.
You're biased, but on both teams.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a fan of both tanks, Doorknob, and Sammy, you know? Let's go. I'm tired of Magua, man.
And sadly, we are going to keep seeing it. But BTG going to be... Are we actually going to see it? Yes. No, wait. He's on the attack. That could change at any moment. I was going to say BTG opting in for that Hanzo. Nope. Sojourn.
We're in this together.
Nope. Ash.
I'm the last one you'll always call me a blue baby. I thought all babies had names.
Yeah.
Nope.
Same compositions as we have seen so far. Wondering what's going to transpire in the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Even when Mount takes the point, they will not be given extra time. So this is 2 minutes and 45 seconds for the entire map. If they're able to do this, we will be going into second OT, which is kind of crazy. Serial pushing right to point, being brought down to half HP. Kind of forces Dax to come down. I don't know who called for that, but BTG is actually going to get killed immediately. Maddie finding the kills. Sammy trying to take that at high ground. Maddie is aware of it and just boops him down immediately. Yeah, this fight is going to be slow. Marist knows that they don't need to really win this fight. They just need to build ultimates. They need to play it right, and they can just close it out with a full cycle at one point in time. But they do lose Dax for this, and they do lose Face Mist. So it does look like they are going to be losing this point with about 1 minute and 30 seconds on the point left on the board for Mount to push it. Actually, not even 1 minute and like 45 at this rate. Turret is going to be going up. Ooh, that... What is the Sojourn skill called? Disruptor Field is going to connect to targets, and it's kind of goofy. Cups knows, like I said, they don't really need to win this fight. So Cups is just looking for some damage. Just feeds in some rockets onto them. But it looks like Marist is just stalling time really hard. And they are. Bob is going to come out and stall this point even longer. Maddie trying his best to actually close out this fight, not allowing this point to go over just yet. Malga is on the run, but it doesn't matter as he's going to return to the point. And right now, Dax is looking to get this kill. He really needs his team on his back. The ultimates are going to be coming out. Everything is going to be burnt for the side of Marist just right now. But the problem is they're all going to fall. And right now, that means this point is finally going to go over a whole minute later than what we originally were expecting. That leaves now with only 50 seconds on the board to push it for the rest of the point. 2 points remaining.
I believe them now. Nothing's going to break their stride.
All I'm going to say is Malga Torbjorn combination online for Marist.
This is a very hard ult situation for them.
And Zero's
Hopefully they're
going to
able to run
fall
out.
without it anyway. The Axe is just going to be walking waking up. This is all he needs to do. Thunder Kid does burn his, and finally, I do think this is going to be a win for Marist. All that Dax needs to do is run out and prevent Zerial from touching the point with his ultimate. 3, 2, 1. He's going to be popping it down so nobody can get through, but Zerial can actually charge through. He's unstoppable in that point. Face Mist is going to be dropping the ultimate so nobody can get through. Dax is looking to shut down everything, and finally, after 5 maps through overtime rounds and cutting it down, 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the final round, Marist take the series 3-2. Oh my god, my voice sucks right now. I don't think I could cast any more games for the week. But
That 2-hour series for sure takes that.
oh, what the heck? Face Mist? Face Mist? What just happened? Sammy chilling on the point. And then he just gets quickly dipped at the last second. Oh my god, that game was intense. Being pushed to the other limits. Marist come back at the end of it all to win it all. 2 minutes and 45 seconds does not matter. 1 minute is all you need to win King's Row, and Marist continue to be on top, taking that first place seed and most likely locking it in. They do have a bunch of games to make up, but I'm pretty sure they have it in the bag.
Ranger saying it how it is.
That's all it is. But yeah. Oh my god. My voice is hoarse, so give me your best thoughts and analysis, January.
Yeah, Marist totally came back. They got their stride. Face Mist clearly leading the team, clearly coordinating every single push that they're doing. Maddie being the turret that he is, setting up and just hitting headshot after headshot. I think that decision to go Bastion Torb was a risky one. They wanted to expose the enemy's Maga to it, but it just ended up falling completely flat on its head for MSM, and Maddie was just uncontested because they swapped to that Bastion, and he can do whatever he wanted, and that led to that steamroll. And the ult usage has just absolutely got much, much better from Marist's side. In the beginning, it was a huge problem for them, and towards the end, they turned it into one of their strengths. I think all those factors
Dax's
contributed to their win today.
survivability also went up throughout that. I felt like he was living
Yeah.
a lot longer. He wasn't getting as
He
shredded.
was leveling up. Definitely leveled up.
Either he was leveling up or he was yelling at his supports to heal him faster. I don't know. One of those one of those things happened. Either he got better, his supports got better, they got better. Marist got better from the beginning of the series to the end of the series because they took it all, and it was not easy for them.
Yeah. The supports for sure bailed him out. I saw Thunder Kid doing his absolute best to shield him and proc Inspire for him and whatnot. And Cups' performance was very consistent throughout the whole match as well.
Yeah. My god. Just I don't know what else to say other than go back and watch the VOD. We kept saying everything about how crazy that game was throughout it. So if you want my thoughts, go there. January just said his. My voice is hurt. So let me just try to close this out nicely. For the most part, like we said, Marist comes back from a nail-biting series, being at basically the underdogs from the start, but they did have a good second map, but being ultimately feeling like the weaker team in this game, being the underdogs to come back and win it all was so impressive. I loved it at the end of the day. It was so good. So congratulations, Marist, for bringing this game to a map 5 and able to win it all. So yeah, score 3-2 favor of Marist, and that puts them at first place. But before we close out, and Life, I'm going to start with you since you showed up late, and that's for fun. We're going to start with you. Who are your MVPs for both these teams?
Okay. Normally, I'm going to go with the tanks, but this time around, I'm giving it to Nips and Thunder Kid. Love you guys. Is there any reason? No. I like your vibes tonight, so you guys get it. Yeah.
For the side of Marist, I am going to give it to Thunderkit specifically for some of the things that January did highlight, where I saw every time I acknowledged the rally, although it didn't sound like I was like giving it a lot of credit, me saying this man is gonna lead the charge, it's because every time he started off a rally, he was leading it, he was winning it. It was so good every time. So Thunderkit with especially the brig play, amazing work. And on the side of Mount, I'm going to give it to Sammy because he stuck to that Torbjorn. He made it work. He worked with his team and he was a menace to society and it was scary looking. So Sammy, keep doing what you're doing because honestly, I felt like Maris still struggled with that. Although they did win, it was still devastating to them. So yeah, Sammy for Mount and Thunderkit for Marist. How about you, January? Who are your MVPs?
I feel like for MSM, it's very clearly Zerial. He was constantly getting way more positive resource trades for his team, especially in the beginning half, where it would significantly lead to huge snowballs and big staggers for the enemy team, which contributed to really, really nice fight wins. And I think that goes under highlighted, but super, super important. And for on the side of Marist, I would say Face Misk because from my spectator position, it felt like he was the one making all the plays, making so much space, always having 2, 3 people contested on him, always providing so much pressure in the enemy's backline, which gave Maddie the space he needed to get his kills and took some pressure off of Dax, which allowed him to survive more. So
I will
that's what
add as a secondary, Face did do an amazing job because, like, I will say at some point, I think it was on Servasa, it started to feel like the man was playing like Mystery Heroes. He's just changing up his comp every time just to try to give his team the extra space that they needed. And it worked eventually. Like there was the Venture, there was the Torbjorn, not the Torbjorn. Well, he did go Torbjorn eventually. There was the Bastion. There was the Pharah. He had the biggest hero pool in this series so far. It was kind of crazy. So yeah, I also want to credit him for that. But yeah. Anything else you two would like to say?
No.
all from me.
No from you. All right, and it's going to be a no from me. So, with that said, once again, an amazing series between these two teams. It was the battle for first, and that does lock up the top position for Marist. Most likely. I don't know what can happen in their reschedule games, but anything can happen based on what we saw today. But these two teams are not to be messed with, so I have all the faith in Marist to keep that #1 spot. But that's going to do it for us here at the cast. So we are going to head off for the night. Thank you for everybody who had joined. And if you guys watch back this VOD, I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. So yeah, when you get to this part, I love you all. But for now, those who are here with us live, we're going to have to say goodnight. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night, guys.
Good night.